Big Tommy Curran comes up absolutely clutch with his 3 for 19 off 4 overs and helping the Sixers get over the line. They are such an impressive squad, them and the Scorchers. You think that those games that normally slip away for some clubs, they just seem to claw it back and they seem to win them pretty much all the time, which is incredible. And they're going to continue to do it for years, 10 years to come. They just have so many of those kind of clutch players that can just get the job done. You even see like Dan Hughes coming out, and he hasn't scored too many runs in the Big Bash for a while, and they really needed him in this match to steady the ship and then kind of help get them home at the end, and that really happened in this one. So let's go through all those players now. It's just great to get a full game on the park in this one, that's for sure. But on the Hurricane side, there's obviously another pitch there where it was fairly difficult to bat again if pace was off. So pace on, you saw Caleb Jewell there really dominate, and Matt Wade hit a couple of good shots early before Matt Wade fell to Jack Edwards, who got a fairly early bowl in this one. They decided to give him an early over, and then they saw from there that his bowling was actually the stuff that could help things out with his change-ups. And then from there, they really decided not to bowl the spinners from that point. So really worked out for Edwards and anyone who owns him in Supercoach that he could do really, really well. Get 2 for 18, so going for the lowest amount off his 4 overs there. And really through changing it up for the most part. And then you saw that really benefited guys like Curran and obviously Dwarshuis as well there in that one. Jackson Bird still copped a little bit of tap in his first few overs, and kind of they kept bowling him just because all right, it's pace on there. Murphy only the 1 over and O'Keefe only the 2. So that's that on that front. Dwarshuis bowled really well again, so 5 wickets across those 2 matches was big news on that one. Jack Edwards, guys, obviously if you started with him, that's great. You're going to get a good price rise now, but going into round 2 and onwards, he doesn't have any more double game. So you'd only be holding him at this point, I'd say, just for a little bit of cash generation. But beware that not every time they're going to play you Murphy and O'Keefe and bowl them 3 overs between them. So on other pitches that are really nice for pace in general, he probably won't bowl anywhere near the 4 overs. And with him batting at 7, it does make it fairly tough, that's for sure. So just be aware of that one. You could play him for the single games, obviously, but there will be games where he doesn't bowl too many overs and hardly bats. So just be aware of that. Caleb Jewell looked great. Out of all of these guys, he was the only one that came out and really looked super solid and did a great job in that one. Hayne didn't look great, neither did Tim David, unfortunately, but it was one of those, as we said, those pitches there that was a little bit tough to bat on. So, Anderson, Jordan, Dooley all came out and had a good crack, but it was the bowlers that prevailed in that one. And then when the Sixers came in, unfortunately, they lost Riley Meredith early, which was obviously it's going to be frustrating for them. I hope he's okay. But did get a wicket early of James Vince, and then Philippe was doing pretty well. Unfortunate for him and his owners that he didn't pick up that 20 because he had a couple of good shots in there. And then, Dan Hughes really steadied the ship with his 60 knot off the 50 balls, which was great. Enriques, did exactly what he needed to do, I suppose, in that time to make sure that they could come out and hit boundaries at the end there. And then Jordan Silk really showing his class at the moment. 2 really good scores in a row, and then Tommy Curran at a cheeky 5 points for me at the end. It was 1 to win. Everyone was up. I was like, please just hit a 4 or a 6. I got very close to that at that one. Paddy Dooley, 3 overs for 22. Lucky he got some runs and a few dot balls because his scoring wasn't great for this game. So he will drop a decent amount of cash there, given he was super expensive. A massive, massive game from Corey Anderson. Ellis bowled well, apart from that last ball of his spell. Unfortunately, just drifted onto the legs for Dan Hughes, which allowed that to go for 6. Other than that, the economy rate of Corey Anderson there, 3.3. Unfortunately, he couldn't bowl the full 4, given he started bowling for Meredith there, and then they kept him going throughout the rest of the innings there. Jordan bowling that last one in that one, and then Hatzaglu bowled okay for his number 27, but no wickets in that one. So that's that there, and we'll go to the Supercoach points on that side, and Corey Anderson, as we said, a 96. He's going to be an interesting one to look at later in the tournament. None of these Hobart guys you want to be bringing into your team now. Not really any of them scored well anyway. Caleb Jewell's fairly cheap for 67, but he's not going to get the 40 off 20 every week. And then Paddy will have a look at based on his price later in the tournament. McDermott getting out for 11. Not ideal, but one of those pitches, as I said, they lost a good clump of wickets in that time, and that didn't really help him at all. Matty Wade as well, got a catch and yeah, he's 11 as well. Nothing else really from Jordan, from Hayne, from David. So there's going to be some price drops from that team over the next few weeks. Just be aware of that coming into their double in round 7. So we got a long way to go until that. Holding on to McDermott, obviously, not many of the keepers, only Philippi that did fairly well in the keeper slot. So that's that. But yeah, Curran really bounced back. Awesome from my side. Very happy with that. 104 in this one. 99 from the bowling side is awesome. Dwarsh just 2 really high games in a row. Jack Edwards is 72. So, coupling that with his 20-odd 30 from last game, helps him out, which is great. And then you've got, really from there, Silky's just going to get those sort of somewhere around that 30 to 40 most weeks if he gets that 20 with his strike rate. Philippi just missing out on the 20, which hurt him. So 26 points with the catch. And then Murphy and O'Keefe losing cash in this one. So that's that game. Finally, we got a full one on the park. Very, very happy with that. As a viewer, we have 2 games to go. I haven't heard anything about a rescheduling of the other one. I hope it doesn't happen again for my Supercoach side. I'm on 870 or 830 odd. So that obviously helped with Curran last night, getting him to 128. Double that for captain. We do need a good game out of our boys in Heat. So we got the 4 Heat boys, and then we've got Sammy Harper in the Stars one with Maxi being out, and Cooper Connolly to pick up a couple extra points as well in those last 2 games tonight and also tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. I hope you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you in those next 2 games.